Blackpool Central Station, once the heart of Blackpool's booming tourism industry, is now a memory buried under a car park. But what led to the rise and fall of this historic station, and what remains today of its legacy? Opened in 1863, Blackpool Central was a vital link between the bustling Seaside resort and cities like Manchester, Liverpool and beyond. Designed as a grand terminal to cater to the masses of holidaymakers visiting the resort, Blackpool Central quickly became the busiest railway station in the town, handling thousands of passengers each day. For decades, the station was a lifeline for Blackpool's tourism industry. Families from across the country flocked to the station, eager to experience the Golden Sands, the famous tower, and the thrilling attractions of the Pleasure Beach. At its peak, Blackpool Central saw over 2 million passengers pass through its platforms every year. However, as the 20th century progressed, Blackpool Central's fortunes began to fade. The rise of car ownership, coupled with changes in tourism patterns, meant that fewer people were travelling by train. Then, the beaching cuts of the 1960s sealed the fate of many regional stations. Despite its popularity in earlier years, Blackpool Central was deemed redundant. In 1964, Blackpool Central closed its doors for good, with its services transferred to Blackpool North. Shortly after, the station and its platforms were demolished to make way for a large car park, erasing the grand terminal that had once welcomed millions to the seaside. Today, very little remains of Blackpool Central. What was once the town's main entry point is now a car park. But if you walk through the area, you can still imagine the sound of the steam trains, the bustle of families excited for their holidays, and the station's role as the gateway to the seaside. However, all may not be lost for this historic site. In recent years, ambitious regeneration projects have been planned for the old station site, with proposals to turn it into a major leisure complex, bringing new life to this forgotten corner of Blackpool's history. Though the station may be gone, its legacy continues to shape the town's future. Blackpool Central Station was more than just a railway hub. It was a symbol of the town's thriving tourism industry, a place where excitement began. Although it's no longer here, the memories and the stories of those who passed through its doors continue to live on.